Hello, everybody. Welcome to Phonogenics 101. I'm here with the Prince crew, and tonight we are discussing Graffiti Bridge, the sequel to Purple Rain, but we're not going to think of it as a movie. We're going to think of it as an album on its own, because I never saw the movie till many years later, and that's probably just fine, actually. Melissa, do you like the movie Graffiti Bridge?
I love the movie. I'm in the minority, but I do love the movie. I love the album now, and I love the movie. So,
I put the album on yesterday, and it was the first time I probably listened to it beginning to end, maybe in 20 years. Like, I don't know, it's been a long time. And as I was telling Aisha before everyone else got here, some of it sounded better than I remember, and some of it was worse than I remember. So I'm excited to go into the track by track together. And before I introduce y'all, my name is Jeremy Gloff. I'm from Tampa, Florida. Thank you to my Patreon subscribers, the YouTube subscribers, and anyone that comments on the videos. It's so interesting to hear the different ways that music touches people. There's no right or wrong answer. But before we go into the album, I do want to say that they showed Sign of the Times at the movie theater here in Tampa this past week. So me and Clark and Josh Bean got to go to the movie theater. We had a whole row of like our crew. And
that's exciting.
I was just struggling not to cry the whole time, because I don't think I've ever really dealt with Prince not being with us anymore. Not to sound cheesy, but like that movie, because we're kind of desensitized to Purple Rain. It's so part of pop culture that we've seen it a million times. We know it. But Sign of the Times, the movie, I haven't seen it in years. I rented it on VHS many years ago, and that was a very powerful. Seeing it with him no longer being on this earth was so powerful. Like, I really felt the full power of Prince. I stand by feeling that that's my favorite Prince album. And I just thought the movie was just, it really showed how Prince was really on a level above everybody in his artistry. And what did you all think of the movie? I mean, we already did the Sign of the Times podcast, so we're allowed to talk about the movie. Do you all like it?
Which movie? Sign of the Times?
Yeah, the concert film.
I love them. I love that movie. I just got back from Minnesota, and in Chanhassen they were showing Under the Cherry Moon and Graffiti Bridge.
Okay.
On the big screen. So that was good to see on the big screen too. But yeah, Sign of the Times is great because it's different. It's like you get to see how he does in concert, like his energy and like,
my gosh, the energy and the musicianship, and holy shit, Sheila E. was banging those drums. Like, I'm used to seeing Sheila E. with the timbales, but to see her behind the drum kit, like, she anchored that show like a beast. So,
well, from all those years of drumming like that, I think she had like a ruptured tendon or something.
Wow.
At one point. But I love it. It just the first time I watched it, I was 12, and that was when it first came out. And even now, watching it now, I enjoy it. It's so full of energy, and then the little backstory there, which is kind of cute. But watching that and thinking about it, I think the last time I saw it might have been like a few months ago, and thinking about it and watching him perform is like, wow, he really did a number on his body.
Oh, yes.
You can see that how years of that would end up in need for a hip replacement, because he just went for it. You know what I mean? He danced from the first note to the last.
He was twirling more than Stevie Nicks in that concert. He was twirling and splitting and all over the place, jumping. And then we'll go into Graffiti Bridge. But another takeaway from the movie is, since his passing, we really got to, hear more of the behind the scenes stuff and different things about different proteges. And it was nice to just watch the movie and leave that all behind and just not care and just love him for the musicians and the art. So, like, watching the movie, I just erased my mind of all the gossip and all the stories and just appreciated it like I did when I was a kid, when all I knew was the pictures and the music itself. So it was really nice to just enjoy it as a piece of art. So
yeah, when I see that though, it makes me wish that I got to see him in the 80s because I saw him in 2004. So it was a different kind of Prince performing. I mean, he wasn't all over the place, the dancing the way that he had during Sign of the Times. And I was like, oh, okay.
I never saw him in concert, so I know
that's crazy. I don't even know how you like on this video right
now.
Oh God, stop.
We need a new host, please.
Man, I don't even understand it. I can't even fathom that.
Marcus is going to take over the hosting. Okay, well, honestly, growing up, I grew up pretty poor. So by the time I got to Florida, he did the musicology tour here, but I didn't really start going to concerts until like 2009. Like I just didn't because I just didn't have the money. And then I'm like, oh, I'll go next tour. You really thought that Prince was going to be performing till he was 90. Like,
right.
I never would have thought that Prince would not be with us. That didn't cross my mind as him being one of the people on that list at all.
Yeah.
Right.
And walking like an old George Jefferson.
Yeah, he'd be out there like, Wheezy, get my guitar.
Wheezy is family nickname I have.
Oh. And we found out from the interview on the news that Prince's family nickname was Skipper, right?
Yeah, I knew that already.
All right. Well, we're here I'm sorry to the viewers. We just had to do a little digression talking about Sign of the Times movie. But I'm going to go around and introduce everybody. And if you wanted to say where you're from and a little bit about yourself, in my upper left, we have Marcus.
How you doing? Mr. Marcus here, Chicago/Las Vegas, but in Chicago today. Let me see. Prince fan since the 80s, but really kind of kicked in the 90s. So I'm kind of coming in right at the good time here with the Graffiti Bridge. But yeah, since the 80s until he's not with us no more. So I've been around for a long time.
All right, next we have Aisha.
Hi, I'm Aisha K. Staggers. See, I have been a Prince fan for 37, almost 38 years. Since I was, well, actually it'd be more than that. Since I was 9 years old. And I'm also a journalist, and people may have read my articles about Prince. There's close to 100, but yeah.
All right. And last but not least, she's been with us since the first podcast. Who's someone that was in the Prince world from the beginning that stuck around? I guess you'd be the Lisa Coleman. No, she didn't stick around.
Oh gosh. Did anybody stick around?
I'm trying to think. Dr. Fink. Dr. Fink was still around for Graffiti Bridge, wasn't he?
No.
No.
He was there for Love
Sexy.
Love Sexy and Sign of the Times.
Well, scratch this whole train of thought.
I'm thinking Kirk was there, but I mean, he was there in Purple Rain all the way up through.
Well, Sheila E. was there for a long time.
Yeah, you're the Sheila E. of the podcast.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Right, we have Melissa.
Hi, I'm Melissa Riley. I'm from Akron, Ohio. Yeah, I've been a Prince fan since the 81 or 82. It really kicked in with the 1999 album, but yeah, I followed him all the way, even in the 90s when people deserted him. That's, I was still trucking along and following what he was doing. And I love this album. I have, oh my gosh. You know that cover? Show the cover, Jeremy. The cover with his face. Yeah. Okay. I would take that into the hair salon and have them cut my hair like that for about 10 years. I kid you not. I took that album in and I said, can you cut it like this with the slide through?
Isn't this your favorite Prince look and hairstyle of all time?
Yes, I love it.
He was wearing extensions.
It's so hot.
Marcus, you kind of have a little bit of shades of Graffiti Bridge hair tonight, wouldn't you say?
I was like, I'm not gonna like shave. I'm gonna let it get a little stubby after since we're doing Graffiti Bridge, and I was like, let me just mess up my hair a little bit. Let me get it going.
Actually, to me, it looks more like the rave era.
Okay.
because he wore it that length and everything.
Yeah, I'm getting older, so I'm trying to keep it off my shoulders. Like,
All right. So when Graffiti Bridge, the soundtrack came out, before I heard the album, Rolling Stone reviewed it in their issue. I was a subscriber to Rolling Stone back then, and they gave it 4.5 stars and said it was a masterpiece. They gave it this review that was like the best Prince album ever. So I bought the album. I think this is the first Prince album where I transitioned from vinyl to CD. So this is the first one I bought on CD. And I remember approaching the album already having in my mind that it was a masterpiece. And this is before the movie came out, which we won't talk about. But
we gotta talk about the movie.
Okay. Should we talk about the movie before the album or after the album? Should we just get it out of the way?
Just dive in, man.
Okay, so the movie is supposed to be the sequel to Purple Rain. The time is back. Jill Jones is there, taking her underwear off and throwing them at Prince. What did you all think of the movie Graffiti Bridge before we go into the music?
I want to go last.
If I'm not mistaken, I think I read it was supposed to be kind of like a 1950s musical. So that's why you get and because it was cheaper, why you get the whole thing looking like it's on a soundstage.
Oh,
it actually was a soundstage.
Yeah, but you get the look of it too. You know, most shows are taped on a soundstage. It just doesn't look like it. If this looked physically like it, like at nighttime, it's like, okay, it never looks like that at night. The ground is not always shiny unless it rains, and it's not raining. And so I think if you watch it as if it were a play, it actually kind of works. It actually kind of works. I enjoy it. It's one of I think it is it's the second Prince movie I had my daughter watch when she was really little, when she was pretty young, like 10 or so. And I just, it's kind of kitschy. I like it.
I'm not gonna lie. The only thing that worked for me was my eject button on the VCR.
Well, okay,
right.
wait.
So Aisha's in. Melissa, you're next. Then Marcus said he's the last. So Melissa, what do you think of Graffiti Bridge? Let's not forget Ingrid Chavez, right? Ingrid Chavez. Ingrid Chavez, isn't it, right?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Melissa.
Well, at first I didn't really get into it, that or the album, I have to admit, but it's like grown on me. And all I could remember is people talking about his bad acting and, what was that about? And the movie, like the theme of it with the spirituality. But that is what drew me in, like the spirituality of her. I don't know, she's supposed to be an angel or something. And then they connect and the whole music the whole way through. I mean, it's just like, to me, I can see it as a sequel of Purple Rain because I can see the battle with the bands and they're still playing music like they were in Purple Rain. But I don't know. It's just something, the whole look, the way it pieced together, I just love it.
The Ingrid Chavez's character just annoyed me the whole film. It's like, girl, can you speak above a whisper?
She was on her way to Justify My Love for Madonna, right? So, Marcus, you said to save you for last. What did you think of Graffiti Bridge, the movie?
Oh, man. Okay, I will put it this way. If he would have saved it and just stored away in the vault and they like came out like now, and then been like, I think it'd have been more appreciative now. It was done like, it's kind of Sesame Street is, you know what I'm saying? It looked like the set of Sesame Street. And I understand that he was trying to do a really cheap, like, he was on like the film set of Batman, and he was like, okay, I can do this. I have all of this. I can do this myself. And I can remember TC Ellis was telling me that he was asking Prince, like, yo, are you sure this is gonna work? And Prince had, made a smart comment and was like, "Who got the gold albums on the wall and who don't?"
Oh,
But it didn't get the. I honestly think it should have never made it in the theaters. I think if it never made it in the theaters, because I mean, you got like Purple Rain and the Sign of the Times. Then of course you're looking like even Under the Cherry Moon, had like some money in it. It looked rich. This did not look. This is it was the '90s. I think his look was great. I think that new look with the long, straight black hair with the beard, I thought that was pretty cool, like a different look of Prince. But it just looked very kind of, like you said, like a play. I mean, it was a musical, But I just think it'd have been more appreciative, like, oh, Prince got this movie he never brought out. I think everybody would have loved it.
yeah.
Versus, because you in your mind you're thinking, oh, this is gonna be the next Purple Rain.
Oh,
it's
right.
gonna be the next, blah blah blah. But it was like a play. Like honestly, like it looked like it was like on the set of Sesame Street. Like I was just like everything was like everything was like literally right across the street from each other, and it was just, I mean, I get it. He like, let me put my money into this, and it was gonna be really inexpensive, and it's gonna blow up on Prince. It's gonna blow up, and I'm gonna make like hundreds of millions of dollars and and that really wasn't the case, But
I mean, the part for me when you're talking about the set is when he goes to that bridge.
Oh, yep.
That is the most fake looking. It is. It does because it's not really outside compared to the scene at Lake Minnetonka with Apollonia, right?
Right. See, she get it. See,
it's like a set they make to take your prom picture. Like, let's set up a bridge. So
right. It was more like I mean, it's a musical, and we give it that. It had the stills in it, Tevin Campbell was that, it had
Mavis
some people in it. Yep, but it was just like, I just think that I don't know, man, like, it should have just went right to VHS, like, like, it's just like I don't know, I was just like, dang, like, I mean, I get it. I get the movie. Like, I totally get it, because a lot of people don't understand it. I love like the hidden little, like, what I love? I love when he was kind of like, who was that? Like flipping through the lyrics. Like, was that Ingrid? She was flipping through the music notes, and I would pause it and look at the names at the top of the songs.
Oh, that's cool.
I was trying to do that in the movie theater, like catch them all, but it's hard because it goes by so fast.
Right, but yeah, you look at it on DVD, you pause it, and I was just like, these are like fantastic, songs. Yeah, Rave was on there. I was like, these are songs, and they like never like came out. Like I love like stuff like that. But it was just, and then he was getting kind of punked, and I was like, dang man, But I mean the movie, it's a Prince movie, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, dang, dude. All the stuff that you like together. He can so much stuff, and it was like, oh, okay, I'm not bringing this out. Like, that's one of the things that he shouldn't have brought out. He should just left that in, But
and I think for it to be a sequel to Purple Rain is why I think it didn't work. There was no explanation as to what happened to the revolution. The sets. That transition really, if Purple Rain was set on like a soundstage like that, it might have congealed, but it's kind of like the only people from the original movie are the Time and Jill, and
Jill doesn't even look like Jill in Purple Rain.
And remember, Jimmy and Terry weren't in Purple Rain.
Yeah, wasn't in Purple Rain. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it definitely didn't exist in the same universe. Like, it didn't look like the same universe for it to be a sequel.
It could have been a whole totally separate movie. It didn't even have to be a sequel, a prequel. It didn't have to. It could have just been its own separate thing. Honestly,
do you think it would have done better if you would have framed it
to the studio to get money?
Okay.
Oh yeah.
But if you would have framed it as a standalone project, do you think it would have been better received? I do think it might have been.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it would have been a classic by any means, but
Oh no, but it just would have been like, okay, this is another movie. But yeah, you know, it just
And they could have
it could've
marketed
just
it as a true musical because,
right.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
if you think about the last scene with Still Will Stand All Time, you know, it's like there was none of that in Purple Rain. If Purple Rain wasn't a musical, it was a movie with music in it.
In it.
And
And this was
really
a
good.
true musical.
I don't know. I see it as a movie with music in it. I don't see it as
It's a musical.
no, I don't see it as a musical. I'm sorry.
Though
But
he's
he had
outside singing.
choreographed dance with all the people lifting him up and circling him around that weren't there before. I mean, that's what
That's a
happens in a
musical.
musical.
He's
I do feel like
outside
it's much more West Side Story than Purple Rain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He outside singing Tick Tick Bang with no microphone. Come on now. That's a musical all day long.
And then, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I got things to say that involve the music. Well, Graffiti Bridge, the movie. I think I'm gonna, like Aretha said when they asked her about Nicki Minaj. I'm gonna pass on that one.
Oh no.
I'm gonna pass on that one.
Well, I was gonna say I like how he like pieced the stuff together. Like Glam Slam was a song and Love Sexy. Then all of a sudden it's in the club in the movie, and then it's a real club. Like he just keeps on those ideas.
He did pull a lot of the titles. A lot of the titles and phrases from this era became part of his branding, like for the next 20 years. I feel like. All right. Well, any other thoughts on the VHS classic movie Graffiti Bridge musical? Unless I have smoke coming out of her ears.
Well, the thing is that it shouldn't be a surprise that he did that focus on the spiritual aspect, because remember the last album he did, Batman's soundtrack. So the last actually album he did just to do an album was Love Sexy.
Right.
And he already started there.
Sure. It's interesting because, you know, he followed Love Sexy with 2 soundtracks, Batman and Graffiti Bridge. But I kind of look at them both as albums beyond being soundtracks. But let's remember, as far as like cultural, what's the word I'm looking for? How ingrained things are in the culture. People every year are going to look for Lake Minnetonka, but I don't think anyone's looking for Graffiti Bridge.
I mean,
Well, they know it doesn't exist because it was a set.
I was, but they call that Riley Creek by Paisley Park. They call that Graffiti Bridge. No,
Riley
all the
Creek.
graffiti on it.
Did they name it after you? Did they name it after you because you're the only fan of the movie?
Yeah.
She's a big fan.
That runs right by Paisley Park, so it's Riley Creek.
Oh, named after Melissa Riley. All right. What do y'all think of the album cover? I guess it's the soundtrack album cover. We have Ingrid Chavez. We have some. This album cover is kind of the way that Prince album covers looked for the rest of his career in a way. You have like weird collages, Photoshop with eyes. Do I feel like this is kind of like the way things looked up through like Hit and Run, like musicology? Yeah. Like I feel like this is the beginning of that.
He's like dogging. Oh man, he got the guns out.
Yeah,
Shots like that fired.
That could be like the back of 3121. I feel like.
Right.
He was going for symbolism there.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like you don't get the symbolism unless you watch the movie.
There's the bridge right there.
I used to take the album cover and then put it against the mirror so I could make his whole face.
Yeah, that would have been better for the cover, personally.
Got my hair cut that way.
Now, even though I'm dogging the cover, I like it. I think it was a good album cover. I'm just saying it's the first time you kind of saw this from Prince.
Yeah, cool.
I like the we have this is the first appearance of the symbol, right?
No, that was in Purple Rain. In Purple Rain on the motorcycle.
I'm such a dumbass.
That album cover kind of reminds me of the Around the World in a Day. Like it's the I don't know. It's kind of like the eclectic, like you said, symbolism. I don't know. It's similar to me.
Cool. All right, so the album starts. Prince says, "Dear Dad, things didn't work out the way they're supposed to," and then the song starts.
That was so cryptic. It was a cryptic message that if you don't listen to, like, if you haven't seen the movie, if you see the movie, you get it. Like he's talking to himself or whatever. But
right.
That when it comes on the beginning, you're just like, what?
Well, because he's writing a letter to his father, even though his father's dead. He's writing letters,
but for
like,
the
which
album,
people do sometimes for closure.
I feel like the album like starts off with the spoken thing. It's like so dark and like heavy, and then the song comes. It's like.
See, that wasn't, if I'm not mistaken, that in the original script, which I read the script like prior to the last final one they did, or no, it was a version of it. Anyway, it actually starts off differently with him sleeping in bed with Jill next to him.
Oh.
And he wakes up and Ingrid Chavez is sitting on the stairs staring at him and calling him a naughty boy.
Oh.
Jill's like, I'm not doing that scene.
You can actually find that. Yeah, no, you can actually find the scene. They filmed it.
Oh, okay.
It was how they did the editing.
So what do y'all think of Can't Stop This Feeling I Got? Originally recorded during the 1999 sessions, right? You can hear the original version and the bonus tracks from 1999. I feel like I was listening to it in the car. It's kind of a little bit of that tiny bit of the rockabilly thing.
You know how I feel about that song. You know how I feel about the rockabilly.
Does that feeling carry on to this song, Aisha?
Yes, it does. That was the first thing I thought when I heard him. Like, oh my God, here he is with this rockabilly shit.
That's what I thought of. I'm like, oh, Aisha, there she is. I knew it. Melissa, what do you think of this one?
I like it. It's not one of my favorite ones from the album, but I still like it. That cryptic message at the beginning, I think I made it a Facebook post in 2009. You know, back when we were doing weird stuff, and I got all these messages like, "Are you okay?"
Oh.
Like they thought I was depressed or something. I don't know. But
I thought the song was supposed to be kind of epic, and I felt like the vocals were just kind of lightweight on it. I don't know, Marcus. What do you think of the song?
I like it. I like the 1999 version. I dig it. I know it was a scene that was shot. I think they took it out. I think he was like in white and he was dancing with like next to George Clinton and whatever on the street. But
yeah, they were having like some kind of rivalry. Them the time like having like a dance off. Yeah,
they took it out. But yeah, I dig it. I dig it. I can mess with it. You know what I'm saying? I think I like the, you know, when the 1999 stuff came out, and I was just like, I can see what, you know.
Towards the end where a heavier bass comes in, it gets a little heavier right before the fade out. I thought that was kind of cool. I think he was trying to go for a real epic opener, and I think it almost gets there. Like I like this song.
I like that thing at the end where he says, "Pardon me for living. This is our world too," or something like. Right? No, wait. He says
that's
something.
New Power Generation.
No, he says that New Power Generation, but he says something at the end of Can't Stop. Go ahead, I'll look it up.
I know he was like, "Only we can rule the world." Is that what you're talking about?
You know what? He wrote this during the 1999 sessions, but he chose Delirious.
So do you like this better than Delirious?
Yeah.
I love Delirious.
That song drives me nuts.
I did like Delirious also. Well,
Delirious is good. I think it got a lot better throughout the years, especially when he did it on Vibe. You know. When
he did it live, it was good because they changed the instrumentation up a bit.
Okay, yeah.
Wasn't he saying only we can change the world at the end of the song?
That's it. Only we can change the world.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, we're still trying to change it, right? In 2022. Prince if you're up there, things are worse. Why'd you leave us?
He
All
knew
right.
what was coming.
Can't stop this feeling I got. We're going to use the Marcus rating system that I've incorporated into all my Phonogenics. And Marcus, even when I'm talking about when I'm in my other artists, I still give you the credit. This is the Marcus rating
I mean,
system.
oh my God, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Somebody, give me my little props.
Yeah, you're getting the props. So thumbs up, sideways, or down?
I give a thumbs up. I give a thumbs up.
I'm going to give it the thumbs up.
Thumbs up. I can see what she did.
she
Thumbs
was
down,
like,
baby. Okay.
I was gonna be neutral, but then I thought about it, and I really, compared to some other songs on this
Nah,
album,
be
I really-
honest. Be honest.
Yeah, we gotta
yeah,
be
that's why I was
honest.
like, nah, I gotta be honest.
Yeah, be honest, kid. Be real.
You gotta
We
stagger
still hate
it.
you. We still love you. It's all good.
I do love y'all. I look forward to these. All right, next. Who knew that when we heard the song New Power Generation, that'd become the band and the record label and everything forever?
Again, yeah. Again, carrying it on.
I didn't see that coming.
I didn't see it coming. But I will say, when I revisited this song yesterday, I think it's a banger. I actually love New Power Generation.
Yeah, I mean,
I
we
do
did
like
see it coming kind of from Love Sexy, Welcome
Yeah.
to the New Power Generation, but
Mhm,
this is
mhm.
like okay, this is definite. This is definitely what we're gonna be. I think for me, this song and like We Can Funk, they're both written around the same time in their original
Right.
versions, and I can really hear the Parliament Funkadelic influence in this song and in We Can Funk.
I forgot that there was a version of this on the 1999 bonus CD. What was it called on that one, though?
Old
Oh,
Generation.
The bold
Old
generation.
Generation.
Right.
Whole generation. Yeah.
This is definitely Prince's entry into the 90s. There's definitely a shift here from the 80s of Batman to the 90s of Graffiti Bridge. We're hearing some of those 90s drum machines and some of those 90s production values. And honestly, I'm here for it. Like, I like it. I'm into it.
Got that kind of like sound like it should be on the Batman soundtrack, though. Kind of like, I don't know.
No, Batman soundtrack really wasn't for like a New Jack Swing sounding song. This is like really the first foray of him into New Jack Swing, which was popular at the time. This and Round and Round.
Is Rosie Gaines singing on this? Who's doing the vocals?
Yeah, I think it's Rosie.
Okay.
I believe it is Rosie, yeah.
I love it. When it goes into the 4/4 beat right before the first chorus, I'm like, get it, Prince. I
actually like this performance in the movie.
Yeah. Kind of is talking about the same lyrical content of like Uptown, of being your own scene and being outside the norm. So, it's kind of an updated version of what Prince gave us before. And I was there for it. I liked it when it came out, and I still think it's a great song.
Yeah. I love the lyrics of this, like, put down your weapons and love each other. It's kind of like the vibe I get from that. It's like we're trying to change the world. We don't need to be like this. We don't need
it's
war.
It's a very baby boomer song, right? Because that the whole thing about the old fashioned music, old ideas, that's really what baby boomers were about. I actually I like this show that came out in the early 2000s on NBC called American Dreams. And the theme song for that was called Our Generation. And I can really see where Prince, because remember at the time, he was, when he initially wrote it, what was he, like early 20s, like 23 or so? And so I can see how that he took that aspect of the generation that he's in with him.
All right. Any other thoughts on New Power Generation? Marcus, have anything to add?
It's okay. I give it. It's okay. Like I said, it's like the birth, like the birth of the '90s. So
It definitely this is the transition song. Well,
Mhm.
let's give it the ratings. I'm gonna go thumbs up.
Definitely thumbs up.
I give it thumbs up.
You are giving it the thumbs up. I was
Yeah.
wondering if you can give it the sideways.
No. I give it thumbs up. I give it thumbs up.
All right, so track 3 is by The Time, correct? And they had recorded an album called Corporate World that was not released, right?
Mm-hmm.
And were some of these Time songs supposed to be on Corporate World? No, that was different.
Yeah.
Well, Release It is track 3. And when I was listening to it, I'm like, I'd never thought about the song back in the day, but it's damn funky. Like, I was like, oh, here comes the bass.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I was pleasantly like, I was saying to my computer, I'm like, okay.
Right. I didn't like it at first, but then it's one of those ones that grows on you, you know?
Well, the way music went and the way culture went since this album came out, it's really a breath of fresh air now in the context of the modern times. So it's really a funky song.
It's listed on the album as Prince, Morrissey, and Jerome.
Oh,
instead
okay.
of the other ones that are listed as The Time.
Yeah, it's I mean, you know, The Time is funky, so you know, it's a good song.
Yeah, The Time likely played their instruments.
You definitely can hear it. I mean,
yeah, because you can tell they're playing from Prince's playing.
It does sizzle a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, hello.
Mm-hmm.
and the little refrain, the Release It that he does with from the movie though.
I like that scene in the movie too.
Yeah.
I mean, the lyrical content, we're not going to be having like a 40-minute discussion about the lyrics of Release It, but I think it's a nice slice of funk. I don't have too much else to say.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Yep.
All right, Release It, thumbs up for me. Does anyone else have anything to add before we move on? All right, next.
It's reminiscent of early Time.
Yeah. And someday we are going to have to come back and do the Time albums if everyone's interested. All right, next, The Question of You. Now, we all know that I'm not a fan of the Prince ballads from the earlier albums, but I think this is a good song. When I was listening to it, it kind of has that slow smolder, reminiscent of Under the Cherry Moon, but its own thing, like kind of bluesier. I really loved it. When I was going back, the whole first part of this album, I was like, holy shit, Rolling Stone was right.
Yeah, Question of You. Yeah, Question of You was good.
My gosh.
You
An
know.
intense performance. I thought it was intense.
Mm-hmm.
What do y'all think of this song?
I love it. I think
I immediately get going. I'm going right here with it. I'm gonna leave this right here.
Yeah, I mean,
right
even
here.
when he performed it live, they had, you watch the live versions.
Yes,
Yeah,
Really good.
I was just gonna say that when he played this in concert, and I think the one in Baltimore, the Mother's Day concert, he like went into The Question of You, and I think it was Joy of Repetition. He like blended the two together. Don't quote me on that because I don't write down lyrics and I don't keep track of set lists.
No, he has done that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's Baltimore, but he's done that. There's a video.
I don't want somebody in the comments going, what the hell is she talking about? But the way that he did it is just like it immersed like the whole stadium. It's like you can feel it, like you said, with the blues and the funk in there. I don't know, it's like a little bit of funk behind it, you know.
I feel like when Prince is at his best on this album, it's right up there with his best work. Like, I felt like some of Batman had kind of the feeling of being filler a little bit, even though I loved it. But I feel like some of the stuff on here is like top-notch Prince. And this song's one of those. When I went back and listened to it, I'm like, this is just as good as anything else he's ever done.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I love this song.
Yeah.
You know, he was writing from the heart and from experience in this one. This wasn't just some throwaway. So yeah, are we all giving it the thumbs up?
Two thumbs up.
2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs.
All right, next. You guys are probably gonna make fun of me. Track 5 is Elephants and Flowers. And
I fuck with it. I fuck with that.
I know.
Song. I love it.
I was just saying, this is my favorite. This is my
That's
favorite
my
song on
joy.
the album.
Yeah,
I love this song.
Let me tell you, my grandniece is 7, right? And she's seen all my Prince stuff, but she was attracted to the dolls, the Funko dolls. And so she's like, I want to hear some Prince. And I was like, oh, at the time she was like 5 going on 6. It was like, I pulled out Elephants and Flowers.
Oh, I think this song is what Prince does best. There's that feeling of joy. It has the spiritual feeling. There's a little sexuality. This song doesn't sound like any other Prince song before, in my opinion. Like, I can't think of anything that sounds like Elephants and Flowers. I fucking love just driving, singing along to this. I'm so glad you guys like this song. So I'm like, this is my favorite song on the album, if not one of my favorites. I just think it's awesome.
It's an earlier version of this. It's an earlier version to this.
Really? When did he write it around? Like, which era? Do you know?
What? I know it's another. I think it's kind of with different lyrics. It has different lyrics. Something around like "Dirty Mind" or something around that time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's an earlier version to this song. And I remember I used to go to like certain Prince parties, and it'd be kind of like, have something you can go to a party kind of early or whatever, or maybe it'd be an off night, and I always call it the Elephants and Flowers night. Like, oh, it's Elephants and Flowers night tonight, huh? Because there'd be like 5 people on the dance floor.
Oh, I just picture the scene in the movie with the black and white and him dancing, and the line at the end, "There will be peace for those who love God a lot." I really like that one.
Yeah.
All right, I just looked up on Prince Vault, and it says it's actually from the Love Sexy era.
Oh, the Love Sexy? Okay.
Yeah, original 1988 version has mostly different verses.
Right. Yeah, I knew it had different verses. Yeah.
But this is such a joyous song. Like, when Prince brings the joy into the rave, fantastic. He really brings it. And this song, it gives me what I need sometimes. So, yeah. I give it 2 thumbs up. Elephants and Flowers. Rolling Stone was right. And does anyone remember looking at the track list and being like, what the hell is this Elephants and Flowers? But like,
I was like, it's such a Prince title.
It's such a Prince title. And did he do this in concert a lot? Was this something he would do in concert throughout the years?
I'm not mistaken. I don't think he's ever performed it live.
I saw him do it live.
Did you? Oh,
I saw him do it live on the acoustic, I think, Musicology.
Okay, it says performed occasionally in shows 91, 2002, 2004, 2006, 2007, 2013, and 2016, but not very regularly.
Mm-hmm. I saw him one time.
Oh, I want to see Elephants and Flowers live. Okay. Next, Tevin Campbell is going to be in the house. I have the, of course, where is it? The CD single, the remixes.
Oh, man. Round and round.
Round and round. And I was looking on the Prince Vault. It said that the version on Graffiti Bridge is actually the Junior Vasquez remix. The Prince liked the remix Junior did and replaced his original version with the remix. So the version we all know and love was actually a remix. And you know what? You can hear it. It's really fresh sounding.
I've heard the original on, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was on Tevin's album, his first album, because this was his first solo song on his first album. And I think the other version is on his album. I'm not sure, but this particular version, I can see exactly what the remix was. He really just pumped up the drums and made it more like New Jack Swing.
Right.
That's why it's considered a New Jack Swing song.
I gotta say though, what a song! This is a damn good song. It kicks.
I love it. Like you can hear a piece of Prince in it. You can hear Prince in the background.
Doing the harmonies.
Yeah. But he used the right voice for it, because I couldn't see Prince actually singing that unless it was like he did Camille.
Right.
Because Tevin Campbell had that 12-year-old voice. that 12-year-old Michael Jackson voice.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because the album didn't land as hard as Prince wanted to, nor the movie, but this song was a big hit. This song was everywhere.
It was number 3 on the R&B charts, number 12 on the Hot 100.
I'm looking this up over here. Oh, the version on Tevin Campbell's album was the Soul Mix edit from the maxi single.
Okay.
So the original version has never been released, I guess.
Okay.
Oh.
And I'm pleased. So do you think we can get a Graffiti Bridged Super Deluxe from the estate? Probably not, right?
Probably.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I'm here for it. I'm here for it,
but I think they're probably going to be like, would it sell because people dislike the movie so much?
Yeah,
they'd probably be
there
like
are
that.
Actually, a lot of people that don't like the album. I was very surprised, like just watching Prince groups on Facebook, and people are like, "Oh, I don't like Graffiti Bridge." And I'm like, there's some real.
It's some good songs. I mean, people like the, since the movie didn't do as well, other than Melissa's opinion, but if it would have did it like I mean, talking about that taking off, then certain songs probably would have took off as well too.
Yeah,
but the songs, some songs are good, but then when you kind of get like towards down the end, and you'll see as our ratings would change. But
like I'm like,
but it was a good round around. It was a good song. Like it was great. It was great. It was introducing Tevin Campbell, as a new artist. It was good.
I think it was introducing Tevin Campbell as an artist, and it was also introducing the Prince sound really in the 90s.
In the 90s, yeah.
Because New Power Generation did flirt with the New Jack Swing, but this is the first song where we really have that totally 90s.
Yeah. And it was also kind of a different sound for Tevin, because remember the first song he did with Quincy Jones, Tomorrow, had its sound, and then this was like more of a sound that reflected how young he was.
Does anyone know what happened to Tevin? Because I have no idea.
Tevin's around. He's always on Twitter.
I heard he was just performing. Somebody said they just saw him perform.
Yeah, I saw him in Hairspray.
I saw him perform Broadway at the Soul Train Awards in Las Vegas live.
Didn't Tevin Campbell come out as bisexual? Because if you're watching this, Tevin, I'm single. And I can go round and round too. Just so you all know. Original, remix, or soul mix edit, whatever version you want, I will sing.
But he was good in Hairspray, the musical. He played Seaweed.
Okay.
He said, I'm single.
I'm single, Tevin Campbell.
Round 2.
Round and round.
Round and round. Thumbs up. Jeremy Gloff and Tevin Campbell dating. Thumbs up.
The last thing I heard about Tevin Campbell was that people were doing the Tevin Campbell Can We Talk challenge.
Oh.
And then Tevin did the challenge.
Oh.
And it was like, yeah. And it was just like, he sang it just like he sang it.
Yeah.
His voice is phenomenal on this song. That young voice, like, it's perfect. And what a weird thing. Like, Prince doesn't have any, like, how old was he? 12?
He was 12 he might have been like 13 at that time. His
voice hadn't changed yet, whatever he was.
Yeah, right. But his voice really never changed much, because remember when he did the I'm Ready album, and with Babyface producing, his voice hadn't really changed much.
That's true. He still had the falsetto. You're right. Mm-hmm. Oh, all right. Next, a song that was originally recorded during the 1999 era, written with Jill Jones, correct, and recorded with, which was called "We Can Fuck."
That I love that version.
Oh my God!
I listened to that over and over and over.
When I heard that original version, I had to go right home and change my underwear, like right away.
That version and the version on this album, which is, changed the title to We Can Funk. We Can Funk. They both sound like they came straight out of Parliament Funkadelic. And when you sit there and you like really listen, you see the same elements of that song that you do in Erotic City.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at the time, I didn't love Weekend Funk, and then of course when the 1999 Deluxe came out, I was like, "Oh my god, this is the best song ever!"
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So then going back to Weekend Funk again,
like this song.
I just felt like it was better than I remembered it. Like it was better.
I even like the Andy Allo version.
That's my favorite version. That's my favorite version.
Wait,
Andy
what
Allo.
version is this?
Andy Allo. She did the Prince put out an album on Tidal, and it was called We Can Love, and it had that. It's just like, I love her voice, and it's just like stripped down. It's totally different. It's not raunchy like the kind of song can be. But I love this version with George Clinton because I like George Clinton at the time, and I've always, thought this was like, I didn't even know about the other version on the 1999 Deluxe. I don't know if we're allowed to say that on your podcast. We'll get bleeped out.
Wait, Melissa, you've never heard the other version?
There, actually.
Yeah, no, I didn't hear about it until it came out.
Oh, gosh. Okay, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to pause and we have to play it right now.
I have. It's good, but I still like it with George Clinton because I think it just fits, especially with the movie, with him being in it and them kind of working together at the time.
It's still pretty funky. It is still pretty funky.
Well, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like Parliament's Not Just Knee Deep.
I remember, this is totally off the track, but George Clinton released the Cinderella Theory on Paisley Park, right?
I believe so.
And for some reason,
not on Paisley Park, did he? Was his first album a Paisley Park album, or was it an MPG album?
Here, let me look. Where I'm going with this is totally, Cinderella Theory, Paisley Park Records. For some reason, George Clinton covered the song Serious Slammin', which was a Pointer Sisters song from 1989, on Cinderella Theory. So I picked it up because I'm a huge Pointer Sisters fan. And I won't make you all go off into Pointer Sisters land with me because I'll never come back. I was watching Pointer Sisters videos and I started crying. Just like I can't get over Prince being gone, June Pointer being gone, I can't get over it. Like 20 years later. All right, Weekend Funk, George Clinton. What do y'all think?
Oh, one more thing.
Yeah.
George Clinton actually did a version of this song with the Parlettes.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he did do a version of it. Their version, it sounds pretty much the same, but there's that funk of George Clinton's voice in the background vocals.
Okay.
It's heavier throughout.
I give the original version like 12 thumbs up. So I kind of give this one thumb up.
Yeah.
It's two for me.
Yeah.
I do feel like some of the funk stayed intact in this version, but not all of it. All right, next. We have a song that was left over from the Crystal Ball album, correct? This was originally supposed to be on the either Dream Factory or Crystal Ball. I guess I suck because I didn't do all my research. But Joy and Repetition. I feel like this song landed as an instant classic. I remember when this album came out, people just loved this song. Listening back to it yesterday, I'm like, this is just as good as anything Prince has ever done. I think it's an amazing fucking song. It doesn't sound like anything Prince has ever done before or after. It just shows that hot creative streak he had, and there's definitely some of that still on this album, in my opinion. What did you all think of Joy and Repetition?
I love his vocals on it.
Yeah,
love his vocals on it.
It's like he's telling a story. It's like you're following that story.
Right.
I feel it's kind of cut out of the same cloth as Dorothy Parker a little bit, in the fact that he's like telling a story and kind of free form and experimental.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the place that Prince takes us in songs like this and Dorothy Parker no one else takes you to places like that. Like only Prince could do that, in my opinion, the way he did. So, I mean,
I think Stevie Wonder could,
okay.
and has.
See, I'm not very familiar with Stevie's music outside of the hits. So that's definitely something I should explore. I know because I know
You've got to listen to his classic period, 1972 to 1976.
Yeah, when we all went out for drinks after Sign of the Times, we definitely had a Prince and Stevie Wonder conversation. People said the same exact thing to me sitting at that bar table. You know, the string of albums he came out with were just amazing. All right, so join repetition.
Oh, I love it. I think it's the guitar solo at the end, or is it in Question of You? It's at the end of this one, right? The guitar where he does a little riff, and then he goes into that high falsetto at the end.
Yeah, I think it's this one.
I won't do any singing for you guys because you guys will get a lot of thumbs down. But yeah, the way he just like melted it in, it's like it's telling his story, but it's also like the girl is just like lonely and is talking about love me, and it's kind of like a sad, but a good sad song.
Right.
It's like the sequel to Raspberry Beret. In terms of the storytelling.
And I kind of feel it's a shame that some of these really, really, really good songs kind of got lost in everything that was surrounding the album. Like it's kind of a shame a little bit.
Yeah.
So do we all agree? Join repetition, like big thumbs up.
How big can I get this thumb? Yeah.
And now is where the album kind of turns a corner a little bit. In the movie, Prince forced Jill Jones to lip sync along to Elisa's vocals on the following song, Love Machine. When I went back, Marcus,
I want to hear Jill's version.
I kind of mess with Love Machine. I like them. It's kind of playful. It's a playful song. I like it.
It does have a nice hook. I would like to hear Jill Jones' version.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me too.
It was just uncomfortable watching that scene in the movie and just knowing the backstory. Like, oh God, Prince.
Yeah.
How could you make my friend do this? I don't know.
I believe they had a fight about that outfit.
Oh, I'm sure. Love Machine's fun, but to me, it's kind of like the jack you off of the album. Like I like it, but it's just fun to me.
I heard Prince's version. I like it. I'm already giving a thumbs up. I like it. It's a playful, playful.
It moves the plot of the movie along, so you really see the rivalry between the two men over this girl.
Mm-hmm.
Again, they're both fighting over a girl like they were in Purple Rain.
Mm-hmm. That's the part that makes it a sequel, right?
Yeah.
This one's credited to the time, of course. And it said, who's the lead vocals by? Elisa. So who's Elisa? Does anyone know
Elisa
her?
Fiorillo. She was doing background vocals for him in 2014 with Shelby J and Liv Warfield.
Okay, so she came back around into the Prince universe again.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Love Machine, turn your body out.
But hearing her, she's also one of the background vocalists on Welcome to America.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was the Love Machine girl.
She just
And
did some
she
work
sounds
with,
very different.
Prince Academy too.
Yeah, she sounds very different on Love Machine than her actual voice. And I think that's because Prince wanted it sung a certain way. I believe that's also another reason that he and Jill got into an argument.
Right.
But he wanted her to sound a certain way. And it just doesn't sound like she can sing the way that she can sing.
Right.
When you listen to her, singing in her own voice.
Oh, you jerks. I think we had to give it thumbs up. Now I have that hook in my head. I'm like, you can't mess with that hook, though.
Right.
Melissa, what do you give it?
I
Thumbs
give
up?
it thumbs up. Yep.
All right, next. Somebody had a story about this song. Did they not? Tick, tick, bang. Aisha, was it you that had the story?
Yes. So my daughter, when Prince passed away, my daughter wanted to learn more. So we watched the movie Graffiti Bridge. And so the song Tick, Tick, Bang stuck out to her. And so she downloaded it to her phone. And she's visiting her father down in South Carolina. And her dad, she's telling her dad that she's really starting to get into Prince. And he says, oh, what's your favorite Prince song? So mind you, she was probably, I believe she was like 12 at the time. And she said, tick, tick, bang. And her father's face just went, your mother.
Oh!
That was classic.
This is a song about Prince ejaculating. Yeah, this is kind of where the album turned a corner for me. When I was listening to it, I'm like, I don't know if I need this one.
I didn't really like the song when this came out. Yeah, I was like, what? This actually, with this and with the time on there, I was like, why is the time on this Prince album? This is a Prince album. But this kind of felt more like a time song, like he should have given it to them.
It just felt a little noisy to me when I listened to it. I'm like,
It's the Darling Nikki of this movie.
Minus the Nikki.
Right.
We get Sticky instead of Nikki.
I like it. I like it. I think I like it because I like the dancing. They're all outside with the instruments, but I'm like, what the instruments plug into? Like, where's the plugs at?
Yeah.
Well,
my daughter's favorite line is like this gold chain around my hip. I want a 24-karat relationship. That's her favorite part.
That is a sweet line.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go against the grain and give it a thumbs down. I'm sorry.
Woo!
No tick tick bang for me.
I go with thumbs up on this.
Melissa, are you with me? I think thumbs.
I'm here.
What do you give tick tick bang?
I give it sideways.
Up sideways.
Sideways.
All right, next, The Time is back with a song called Shake. And this is the one that's kind of retro-y sounding, right? The ding 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 ding. You know what? I kind of liked it when I forgot about this song. When I listened to it, I'm like, okay. I felt like it had like a little bit of a delight feel in a weird kind of way. Does anyone else hear that or no? That like retro 60s?
Peaceful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have much to say about
I
it.
could feel that.
Am I the only person that
I don't
likes this
either.
song?
It's okay. I mean, it's got the beat. Like, I put this album on before, like a few times coming up to this, and that's, you're always like dance along to it. I am, but
Yeah.
I think that he should have chose, if he's going to choose another time song, he should have chosen Jerk Out.
Oh, yeah. That turned out to be a big hit.
Yeah.
And that was around by this time, wasn't it?
Well, it was in the movie
Oh, that's right.
when they're setting the tables.
I wonder if they saved it for their album because they knew it was going to be a hit. Well, I guess there's not much to say about Shake, is there? I'm going to give it a thumbs up. Oh, Marcus. Oh,
let's see what he do.
give it a thumbs down.
I can only see whoever's talking.
If you change your view in the upper right, you can change it to grid, to gallery.
To see all of us.
Yeah. All right. Next, the first single of the album. Here's the little maxi single. Love Come Quick. I remember the first time I heard it because it was the lead single of the album. I didn't love it the first time I heard it, but I didn't hate it. And I kind of still feel that way about it. Like, it's not one of my favorite Prince singles, but I don't think it sucks either. And I kind of like it, but I kind of don't care. But I feel like you guys could say something that would sway me either way. So what do y'all think about Thieves in the Temple?
I like it. I like the extended version.
Yes.
Oh, that was hot.
Yes. With the video. Yeah.
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 I felt like the harmonica is kind of sexy.
I could mess with some thieves in the temple.
Yeah. He took a second dance break in that
Right.
in that video.
Yeah.
Do you know what I like about Thieves in the Temple?
And then of course he did the Prince thing and start humping the wall, but
tick tick bang.
you know Prince.
A lot of Prince hits really got played out, and I feel like. Oh, go ahead, Melissa.
No, I was thinking about him laying down, and he was just like humping the air. I think.
Yeah, I remember that. A lot of Prince hits really got played out, and I feel like Thieves in the Temple still has some gas in the tank. You know what I mean? You don't hear this one as much as some of the other ones, and that's when it comes on. I'm like, oh,
Thieves in the Temple. But as soon as it came out, I love this song. It's just like, I don't know, something about it. It's just
Yeah.
Well, I'm still gonna give it a thumbs up. Any other thoughts on Thieves in the Temple? It was a pretty big hit too, wasn't it? Or like me?
Mm-hmm.
It was good. Good song.
All right, so next we have. I didn't bring my glasses. The Time is back with Prince for the latest fashion, and I just remember listening to the album yesterday and thinking like, this song is not good. Yeah. Boom.
They actually cut it from the movie. They cut the scene from the movie.
Yeah, they should have cut the song from the album.
It was bad.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
And with Prince, you can't say like it should have been a B-side because his B-sides were amazing. Like it wasn't even freaking B-side worthy. This should have been like next to Chlorine Bacon Skin in the vault.
Oh no. I love Chlorine Bacon Skin.
Okay.
She's no.
No.
Again, I would have traded this for Jerk Out.
Yeah. When I was listening to this, and I hate to say it, there was just nothing redeemable about latest fashion. Like the hook was weak. I just
Have you seen the deleted scene?
No. What
Go
is
look
it?
for it.
Okay.
What was it? I think it was supposed to be.
They were having like some kind of. That's the video where they were having some kind of street battle.
Wasn't it? This must have been like my summertime thing. Like my summertime thing. Like it was. I think this was like a alternate version. I don't know. Like my summertime thing is nice. At the time, did.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like that, but that's what I was thinking. Yeah, I was listening to that album, and it has the same vibe, like the same music to it.
I think that was their battle. I think that was their battle. Remember when he says "battle me"? I think that was the battle.
And imagine a street battle with the latest fashion. No, your verse is more mediocre than mine. No, your verse is more mediocre.
I think I don't like it as much because it's Prince and the Time, honestly, because like I said, I don't like that the Time was on this album, but
it is a true soundtrack. I mean, that's the difference between this and Purple Rain. Purple Rain actually literally was a Prince album.
The Prince album.
They just used the music in the movie, even though the songs were crafted around the movie. But this is a true soundtrack.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, up next, a legend is about to show up. Mavis Staples. I mean, it doesn't get more legendary. I have the little maxi single there, Melody Cool. One of my favorite things Mavis ever did is she sang backup on this Natalie Merchant album, Motherland. And her parts were just so haunting and beautiful. I don't feel quite as moved by her performance on the Graffiti Bridge soundtrack on the song Melody Cool. I feel like Mavis is such a legend and had so much to offer. I feel like this is just like, I just feel like it's a B-rate song. I heard Prince's solo version. It didn't make me love the song anymore. How do you all feel about Melody Cool? They call me Melody Cool. Isn't that her name in the movie?
Yeah.
I think it's soulful. I think it's like
it's all right.
Like kind of like a. Well, she has the the people in the choir that come back behind her with the robes on and stuff. So it's kind of like a church.
The steels.
Yeah.
It's very much like something the Staples singers would have done.
Staples, yeah. I mean, it's all right. I mean, I could have, it's all right. I think he was kind of like giving her props, it's all right.
It's interesting because I feel like when Prince had the opportunity to collaborate with legends, sometimes it seems like he almost got intimidated and just didn't bring his A game. Because that song he wrote for Joni Mitchell was just god awful. They came out on the side of the Times Deluxe, and I feel like what Prince could have done with Mavis Staples, like if he would have not been intimidated, would have been awesome. Even George Clinton, like he just never met the legends and then brought it to the table.
Madonna, that song is
a love song.
Yeah, but it just it just didn't.
See, I did like that song because it's kind of a hot mess, but
that's exactly the way to describe it, because I mean their voices are not compatible.
Not at all. That's such a weird song because you think Madonna, Prince, legends, 80s royalty. Then you have this song that's like, "Are you wasting my time?" It's so weird.
Well, the funny thing about that song is that they weren't together when they recorded it, and I think that's the part that's missing.
Oh.
Can any of you think of a time that Prince worked with a legend and actually brought it? Let me think.
Miles Davis.
You like their collaboration?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, Melody Cool, I'm gonna give it I'm giving it a thumbs down.
Yeah, it's kind of like yeah.
Do you know why? Because that one part is like boom, 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 boom. I'm like, oh no. Thumbs down. Don't do that to Mavis. All right, next. We have the ballad. We have a ballad. Coming on the long line of Prince theatrical ballads, there was Purple Rain, there was Under the Cherry Moon, and now we have Still Would Stand All Time. A dramatic moment in the movie. I just felt like it was not quite on the level of these previous compositions. Marcus, would you like to start this one off?
Who the fool in the audience stand still? No. He said, who's saying Will? It's Wood. Staying all the time. I don't know. I mean, it's all right. I mean, not really.
I think he was trying to create a moment, a very dramatic moment.
He was. It's like, I'm like, is this the Purple Rain? Like, oh no, come on.
This is another one. Like, you can't give it to the B-sides because the B-sides were amazing. Like, I would take Scarlet Pussy over this any day.
But then again, though, it works when you think of it as a play.
Yes.
In a musical performance in a play.
It does.
It really does.
It's not a bad song.
It's not bad.
It's not a bad song, but it's like
it's not movie worthy.
This is more like a church song too, kind of like following the Mavis Staples song.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like flows into that.
And I have to say, like, we've been doing Prince's albums since the first track on For You, and now we're all the way up through Graffiti Bridge, and there was hardly any filler on any of those albums. So to start coming into songs like this is the first time where I started encountering stuff like this on a Prince album. There might have been songs I didn't like as much. Like, I'm not a huge fan of Condition of the Heart, but I can't deny the artistry of it. Like, I see that it's a really well-written, intense song. I just don't like it. But, like, Still Would Stand All Time, like, I don't think it's a really intense, well-written song that I'm just not loving.
I mean...
I love it.
I mean, to call it gospel, I mean, he did Adore. That was straight gospel. This is, like, gospel light.
Yeah. But he's still bringing the message of,
I feel like there's a lot of light on this album.
For me, the message isn't enough to save it.
I feel like Weekend Funk is George Clinton light. There's some Time Light. I feel like Melody Cool's Mavis Light, and I feel like this is Gospel Light. So if we took out these songs and left on the hard hitters, it really would have been a 5-star album, I feel like, or 10-star, whatever our rating system is. So Melissa, you're gonna give this one the thumbs up?
I am giving it the thumbs up because, again, with the spirituality of the movie and the song, it just is something that clicks with me, I guess.
All right, Melissa, don't look, but
I can see you now.
all right. Just when things were bad, they about to get worse.
I like my friend rapping at the end.
Well,
yeah.
That's good, but we're not quite there yet. We have to get through the song Graffiti Bridge. Everybody's looking for graffiti. Oh, Aisha, if it was a play or a musical. Everybody's looking for graffiti bridge. I'm like, I'm
corny. Oh my God, it's so corny.
I'm not looking for it, honey. I'm looking for Tevin Campbell. As long as he's over 18.
I have to agree on that. That is corny.
How old's Tevin now? He's got to be in his late 30s, right? So, all right.
No, Tevin Campbell's like, what, 40?
Okay, that's okay. Hello. Yeah, I'm not looking for Graffiti Bridge. I'm looking for Tevin Campbell. All right. Graffiti Bridge, the song. Is there anyone out there that loves this? Melissa, do you like this song?
It's okay.
You know Melissa loves this song.
It's not one of the ones I hate, but it's
this our ringtone.
It's very corny.
Oh, my favorite is we're all like dogging a song. We're like blah blah blah. Melissa, I like it. Like she'll just cut in. I like it.
It's a ringtone. Somebody call her.
Melissa, what do you like better, Graffiti Bridge or Arms of Orion?
Graffiti Bridge. For sure.
She hated Arms of Orion.
Damn.
Oh my God.
Well, I don't like the whole Batman album. That's why I wasn't there last month.
I don't like what's her name singing. Sorry.
That's the only album I can't listen to.
Really?
Oh, it's god awful.
Oh my God, some cold shit. Batman dog. Oh man.
When my roommate said that when he got this album, he put it in the tape player, and then he started listening to it, and he was like, took it out, threw it out the window, like as he was driving.
Graffiti Bridge.
Everybody's looking.
He's a big Time fan, so I don't understand, but
He's a big what fan?
Time. He really loved the Time more than Prince.
I feel like Graffiti Bridge is the worst song on a Prince album to date. Like, since we started with, what's the first song on For You? Now we got up to the song Graffiti Bridge. This is the worst song of anything that came before it. Like, even the songs I didn't like, I like better than damn Graffiti Bridge.
Ronnie Talked to Russia.
Yeah.
Yes, I like Ronnie Talked to Russia. Ronnie Talked to Russia. He's punk. He's got things to say. I'm there for it.
This is just garbage.
Yeah, garbage. Garbage. Thumbs down.
I love Prince to death, but I can admit that he has put out some questionable material.
Sorry, Prince. Did he ever do this in concert? Were there like in
I hope not.
15, and he's like, I'm gonna pull one out from the vaults, and then he did Graffiti.
I don't even think he liked that song because he didn't sing it like he liked it.
Well, the album ends with Marcus's friend doing a little rap. Power Generation Part 2, track 17. What do y'all? I love that it comes back to the song. I like this version.
I like it because I know the little history. You know, he was always like for real asking Prince, can he rap?
So let's just tell the story.
So he would always run into Prince into the clubs, you know, because they grew up together and whatnot, and he would always see Prince, and he's like, come on, man, you know, hip hop up take off, Prince. You know, man, you gotta let me rap. You gotta let me rap. Let me rap on one of your songs, Prince. He said he always just asked him. So he put him in the movie, and that was like his line, like, hey, come on, kid, you got me. "Oh man, you should let me rap." And then he came at the end and rapped. I thought that was a great closing.
Yeah, I like the new pop generation part 2.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a hip hop head, so I feel differently about this song. And going to, like, I'm very into people's rhyming styles, so I didn't like the rhyming style in this one, but I like that it did circle back around to the beginning of the film. But like I said, especially my 90s hip hop taste in 1990, that wasn't it.
I just like that circled back to when the album started off good. Like, because we had like 3 or 4 or 5 songs in a row that just like, I feel like it starts off literally like a classic album that kind of disintegrates to kind of like garbage. I hate to say it, but I give Power Generation Part 2 thumbs up.
I give a thumbs up because he kept asking him to rap.
Shout out to TCLs.
Yeah.
And what other stuff did he end up being on with Prince, or was this the only thing?
I think that was the only thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, friends, I guess we survived Graffiti Bridge. I know a lot of people are looking forward to Diamonds and Pearls next month, and I do love me some Diamonds and Pearls.
Except for Jughead.
Oh man, that's my song.
Oh!
Jughead. Man, Jughead, that's the lick. Like that's the most horrible song, and I just don't understand who wrote that song. Like,
oh my god! So it seems like we're gonna have a lot of fun next month. Okay, Rolling Stone gave it 4.5 stars, but at Phonogenics we do a scale of 1 to 10. Oh, what do we give Graffiti Bridge? Marcus, you're first in my upper left.
I'll give Graffiti Bridge. I'll A for he tried. I give him a thumbs up on that. He got some good classes in there.
And what about our 1 to 10 scale? What do you give it on a 1 to 10?
1 to 10, I'll give it a 6.
A 6?
I'll give it a 6. Yeah.
All right, Aisha.
If there wasn't so much filler, I think I would give it a higher rating, but I'm going to go with 7.
All right, Melissa.
I was just looking over the songs again. Like, there's a lot that I really love, but there is a lot of like the filler and Graffiti Bridge on there. So I would have to give it an 8.5.
Oh,
8.5.
So I feel like
8.5, close to 9 for his hair alone. No.
I mean, if I took Graffiti Bridge into account, then it would get a 6.
Oh. Well, I feel like when the good songs are Prince at his best. Like this could have been a 10-star album if it was edited better, but the bad songs are so bad.
Bad, yeah.
And half the album's legendary, half of it's class or garbage. It's not even garbage because it's mediocre, which is even worse than garbage. Because garbage can be so bad it's good, but that's not the case here. It's just mediocre. So I'm gonna go with Marcus. I think I'm gonna give it 6.
6.
I'm giving it a 6.
6 is fair. That's a fair number.
And we're coming on a bunch of 10-star out. I gave almost all of them 10 stars up to this point, I think. Even damn Batman. Did we give Batman 10 stars?
That's why I didn't come, because I couldn't give it even just 1 star.
Oh!
Dang, oh man, she called. Damn, she called. Damn.
I've seen the future, and it's not Aisha listening to Batman.
Oh man, that's all I heard. I know what to get you for Christmas. Man,
Well,
Batman.
I mean, I have it. I have my original cassette from 1989. I mean, yeah.
Well,
every year you're getting something Batman.
Yeah, I know.
Batman poster. Batman.
Vicky Vale.
We get you a print. You get you a Batman doll.
I think it might also be too, because I don't like the movie.
Okay.
Damn. Okay, we gotta go.
But
man.
the soundtrack. I mean, the best part of the movie for me were the Prince songs, but I don't like them. the songs.
All right, let's do one final thing for fun. I already know Aisha's answer. If you had to choose between Batman soundtrack and Graffiti Bridge, which would you pick?
Graffiti Bridge.
I'm gonna go Batman.
I'll go Batman.
Graffiti Bridge.
Oh,
two Batman, two Graffiti.
Two Batmans, two Graffitis. All right, friends. Thank you for spending an hour and a half talking about Prince's Graffiti Bridge with me. We survived Graffiti Bridge. Everybody's looking for Graffiti Bridge. Next month, Rosie Gaines, Diamonds and Pearls, Michael Bland, Tommy Barbarella.
Yeah.
Yep. Love is a master plan. All right. Much love to you all. I will see you next month. If I gave you diamonds and pearls.
Man, that came from his soul. Did y'all hear that? That came from his soul. That was from his soul.
All right. Yeah. Thank you to all the Patreon subscribers.
Melissa.
And most of all, thank you to my Prince friends. This was so much fucking fun.
Jeremy.
I can't wait till next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, everybody.